We're sitting down today to do our best-in-class tasting from Valkyries Horn 2022 from our commercial division. So each of these meads won a top of their category from this year's inaugural commercial division. We had 120 entries in this year's competition, and each of these won the top of their class. So sitting down to taste these today, we have the majority of the board. We are missing Dave today, but from Valkyries Horn, let's introduce ourselves.
Hi, I'm Jess Haverly.
Matt Whitey.
Josh Holbrook.
Al Boyce.
And Kevin Meinsma.
So for each of these master of their class categories, to start off with, we have Unpossible Mead, their Tangerine Blossom Traditional Mead. So this was the top of the Traditional Meads category. We called that the Master of Blossoms Award. For our Master of Fruit, that was won this year by Williamson Mead and Brewing for their Cyser. Our Master of Spice Award was won by Antelope Ridge Meadery for their Winter Cranberry Mead. And then our Master of Mayhem Award was won by Manic Meadery for their Genevieve Mead. So we're excited to sit down and taste through each of these, and let's get to it. We're going to be tasting through our winner of the Master of Fruit Award. So for 2022, our winner was Williamson Mead and Brewing. I believe it's called Idunn's Cyser. Apologies for the pronunciation. So apple mead, it has Honeycrisp, Red Delicious, and Granny Smith apples in Kern honey. So congrats to Williamson. We're going to taste through this one. We'll start over there.
Wow. Well, that is a really good fill.
Full value.
Yeah.
That's right. You got your money's worth.
And this is lightly carbonated as well.
Got just a little sparkle and a little
Is it called
pétillant.
Ooh, pétillant.
That's my best approximation of the French pronunciation. Nobody get mad at me because I don't speak French, you know?
I was going to say pétillant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
But I gotta
Matt.
try.
There you go. Bright apple,
myself.
Oh, yeah.
right off the bat.
Yeah,
right?
boy.
Very liberal pours.
It's a big bottle.
It is a big bottle, but wow, very expressive.
It's a little cinnamon in the back, whether or not it's added, but
Yeah.
could be the honey too.
I appreciate that there's, red and green, like the multiple apple varieties in here. You definitely get some like the green apple skin, some of the red skin,
For sure.
like the background cinnamon note, and like almost a little cooked apple too, like a little apple butter.
But it's just like really bright. I mean, I'm getting a fair amount of acidity in the nose. I haven't tasted it yet, but it just jumps right out. Kind of sharp, focused acidity.
What's the alcohol on this one, Josh?
8.5,
Oh, that's nice.
moderate.
Yeah.
Get a 6-pack.
And that little spritz adds a nice
Yes.
element here too, because it is fairly sweet. So that spritz helps to cut through some of the sweetness in the finish.
I get a little more of that apple butteriness in the flavor.
Yeah, like a cinnamon apple butter,
And
like
some lingering caramel notes. In
really
in the-
rich.
Yeah, it's very rich.
It is.
And not just like in sweetness, but just richness of flavors.
Deep flavors, but I agree with the carbonation level. I love exactly where it is right now.
Yeah.
It is really nice.
It doesn't need to be more carbonated,
Really nice in the mouth.
but it
Yep.
just gives you enough to help balance that sweetness that's in the mouthfeel and flavor.
Very enjoyable.
Yeah, very good. I gotta say, it's one of the better Cysers I've had in a long time. And there's a lot of folks around here who make pretty darn good Cysers.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
that's saying something. And I think one of the things we were gonna note too is that this bottle evidently came from California, but now being produced where?
In North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yep.
So he's moved locations. So if you're looking for him online and you find a reference to the California location, that's not correct. It's
North Carolina. I think the website, last I looked, is up in North Carolina, and I think they're opening real soon.
Okay.
So
We'll try to put hot links in this video.
Yeah,
absolutely,
definitely.
absolutely.
Yeah.
This is another one where as it warms, I'm getting more of the stem seeds. I looked on the label. I don't see any oak noted, but I do get some astringency from what I believe to be fresh pressed cider. Like you get the stems and the seeds and some of those things that help kind of balance it out a little bit, because it is I wouldn't say very sweet, but certainly sweet.
Oh, yeah.
And the carbonation helps kind of cut that, but so does some of the stems, sticks, seeds.
I'm
portion
picking
of it.
up like a black pepper.
Yeah.
You know, which is interesting because I don't really perceive a lot of tannin in here, which is a little surprising because quite often in ciders you get a fair amount of tannin.
Yeah, and at the nose, I certainly get more of this, again, the stick, stem, seeds, and not as much in the flavor, because it's not overly tannic by any means.
I think the astringency helps pull back the sweetness a little bit too.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's not hard to drink at all. Nice long finish again.
Yeah.
No, that
Very
skin,
pleasant.
stems, seeds. I'm also getting that because I'm like, oh, it's almost what I get from like when people use cherries and they use the
Right.
seeds of the cherries. It's got that kind of thing going
Malab, the cinnamon.
on. The cinnamon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not like biting into a fresh apple.
No.
No.
Like it's really
A cooked
rich,
apple.
cooked.
Apple pie-ish.
Yeah, I mean, even for 8.5%, just the richness, like this is something you could drink by a campfire.
Yep.
Yeah, you could.
Like it's got
And
that
again,
richness.
have it
Maybe
with,
mullet
like,
even, the spices.
some kind of like baked brie or cheese or
Ooh,
something
that's
with
right.
this would be spot on.
Got any?
What?
Got any?
Oh yeah. No.
This is the
But I mean, you know, so just for anybody
Gotta
who's
keep
listening,
bringing
this
that
is
up.
something to think about. You know, if you order a bottle of this, maybe
Right.
consider pairing it up with something like that. I mean, because some of those, you know, rich, fatty cheeses,
like gorgonzola and
Yeah, just-
walnuts and
it'd be,
things like
be
that. Yep.
fantastic with this
Stilton.
meat, and they would complement each other
Big
so
chicken.
beautifully.
Grommet.
Yeah, very nice complex apple flavor and a lot of spice character to it as well.
Yeah, I don't know where the spices are coming from, but they're definitely in there, and it's quite delightful.
So well done once again.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Congrats to Williamson. Looks like they'll be opening
Pass it
soon.
along, man.
Cheers.
Cheers those other guys too.
So, and again, this was our winner of Master of Fruit for 2022, and this is a delicious mead. We hope everybody can order soon. So, congrats.
Look at the link.
Yeah.
It's up here.
Up here, there, over there.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for watching our video tasting of the 2022 Valkyries Horn Commercial Best in Class Meads. Please join us in September as a volunteer or entrant in the Minneapolis and St. Paul area. The competition is held over 2 days on Friday and Saturday with food, education, and prizes for our in-person volunteers. To see a complete list of the commercial competition winners, you can visit the Valkyries Horn website. All of the meads there on that winners list are well worth drinking. Once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in September. Skål!